Buddy,
Yeah, okay.
listen, if you want to go look at, I want to go up your pants leg. We don't see nothing out in your pants leg, please.
Or you can see my pants.
We don't see up your pants leg. Thank you.
I apologize.
Uh, anyhow, um, welcome on the next Wednesday. Welcome. So let's be honest. We have the great, the one and only Stanya with the red neck.
Yeah.
We get Owen doing construction.
What's up?
We get Dominica, family guardian, and we will have Shawnee coming in shortly.
Don't say that.
How everybody? So far, how was everybody's day today? Stanya, I know you be all about. How was your day?
I had a good day. I had a good day today.
You was drinking, eh? I mean, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just had, it was just a good day. I cut off the rest of my hair. Man, it's a good day, man. I cut it off and I can put a wig on tomorrow. It's all good.
That's typical. That's a woman. That's a woman for you. X-ray freaking up. Dominica, how was your day?
I had a great day, actually.
Dominica freezing and thing.
I'd ask Cable Bahamas.
Owen,
I work.
Yesterday,
with video services. That's
Yeah,
not
they-
me.
yeah, that's see one. He see him right there. See one of them right there. If he work
Video
for
services.
if he work for BPL, he'll grip him too. Because you hear what Mr. Davis say. You all BPL, you want to run air conditioning and central air. Your air conditioning going up. I mean your electricity going up. I blame Sanya for that.
Yeah, man, it's my fault. The pandemic is my fault. That thing whether we had last week was my fault. It's all my fault.
Like I was telling Dominica whilst we was talking, you gotta be careful, and you gotta be careful now when if you have a road rage, you see they shoot you in traffic, and then people on the edge, people going crazy. But let me get straight to first. Hold on, this is what I wanted to ask the ladies, and Cohen, I want you to chime in too, because I think you had something to say about this as well. The recent suspension of I can't pronounce the guy's name, the head coach from the Celtics.
Yeah, Ime Udoka.
Right, where he was fraternizing with his colleague, and they penalized him, but they let the woman pretty much skate free so far. What do you ladies feel about that? Do you feel that the league was, at least the Pistons was wrong? The Celtics was wrong for doing that, or it should be they did the right thing, but only penalizing him and letting the woman go scot-free so far.
Wait, hold on now. We talking about this from that angle or the other angle? Because I just read something where it said that Nia Long said that she's standing by her man too.
Well, we get into all angles. I just want to know. Well, listen to me. Go ahead. What do you feel about that first one? Nia Long standing by her man. You think that makes sense?
It depends.
Depends on
It depends if
you use protection or not. What it depends on what.
if he raw dog it or if he use protection.
Or if he had 2 strokes to 3 strokes, what does it depend on?
Oh, wow.
Well, okay, well, mind you, I read this. I don't know if it's true. I don't know these people. I only be here in the Bahamas. Okay.
But what's wrong with if a man made a innocent mistake like that? It's sticking by your man.
Well, that's why I said it depends because okay, if you had a good relationship with this person, and of course, yes, trust was betrayed and all these things happen and blah blah blah. So if let's say he's they're working at it or working towards it, okay, would you throw away everything or would you try at least to see if you could salvage it? And if it can be salvaged, then you can dash it away. But I would say and that's not me saying that I condone cheating now. I'm not saying that because y'all trapsy. I'm just saying that they should have the conversation. And before just throwing the whole thing away, I would say see if you can move forward together. If not, well, sayonara suckers.
So you feel that in a relationship, even because they're not married, they engage in a relationship. You feel,
but they've been together many years. But yeah, go on.
Many years. You feel that when a man make an innocent mistake like that, right?
I ain't know if that was innocent, but go on. you try
when a man cheats or slip up, if you all have years in and all sense and purposes, he still is a good man. He slip up. He made a mistake. You shouldn't just throw it away one shot. You should try to work it out. Go to counseling. Is that what you're saying?
I would say, yeah, I would say to try and salvage the relationship if it's a good, if it was, if there were more good than bad. I would say try. I mean, because I've seen people who went through it. I mean, I talking about sleep with the best friend and do one big bunch of fool, and years later they're still together. They got through it. Now, not everyone will get through it, of course, but I'm thinking that if it can be salvaged, I think that you should try and work at it before just throwing it in the bag. Yeah.
Dominica, how you feel about that? If a man slip up and cheats,
I actually agree with Stania. I would take into consideration his past discretions. If this is his fifth time cheating on me, of course I'll throw that away. But if this is the first time, I would want to work through it if it can be worked through.
would it make a difference if? Hold on, I hear like someone got a mute. Someone I hear a echo. Would it make a difference if he was paying the bills or not versus if he wasn't, or that don't make any difference?
No, it doesn't make a difference. The bills still can get
Hold
paid.
on, hold on.
See that changed the whole story just now. See, he laughing.
Okay, wait. If he was paying the bills like with Nia, but this is what I'm saying. I think you should take other things into consideration, not just this one act. So I'm saying if it can be salvaged, yes. If this is the first indiscretion, I would say try and move past it. If it happens again, or if you cannot get past it, if she can't get past it, if it's still 2 years later, she's still talking about it, or she just cannot get past it, sorry, I would say, well, you got to go. It's not working. But if it can be salvaged, I would say try and work through it. And money, I mean, yeah, money, whether or not it's money or not, if this is someone who you love, I wouldn't just throw it totally away. And yes, we could say he should have thought about that before. But look, man, shit happens. Okay, shit happens.
I don't get Cohen. What do you feel about that? I mean, from that aspect, but I'm also talking about the equality aspect as well. But what do you feel about that?
Right. It's easier to say stuff when you don't go through it. So like even with me, I've been in a situation before. Well, before I was really that deep into relationships and stuff like that, where I would say a woman cheat on me and leave it, right? That's very easy to say when you're involved with someone, when you have time, feelings, resources, all that stuff included. You know what I mean? Of course, it can be a repeat thing,
right?
But if this is someone,
what if the person? What if the person who cheated, the girl who cheated, just as the girl cheated, and she told you that she cut the boy off, but she still, when you found out that she still have the boy to do it as a friend, would that be a deal breaker?
Yeah, no, I understand that. You gotta cut the person because you basically telling me the person who is like you can't let go of this person. They more important than me. You know what I mean? So in that situation, no, I can't stay with that. And I would expect the same thing if I was the one who cheated and I wouldn't expect my significant other to allow me to keep her as a friend and we just cool. Like that don't make sense to me.
Y'all better than me. If a woman cheat on me, here's my first question. Let me get to the first question. Welcome, Shawnee. How you doing? How was your day so far?
It's good. I'm tired. I'm a little tired, but it's good.
You look nice. You look whatever that thing is.
Thank you.
Okay, here's the first question. I will start with Dominica, then go to Cohen. Thank God he's trying to do talent right now. I'll go to Cohen and then Shawnee and then Miss Stania. What are the pros? This is an important question. This is something that's happened every day in the Bahamas, and this is important to a lot of women and to a lot of men. So please listen to the question carefully and speak more logical than emotional. Here's the question: what are the pros and cons of dating a married man, and
Mind
how.
me,
Hold
this
on.
again?
No, this is not the same thing. This is not the same thing. Hold on. I don't know why you get this. It's just emotion. They triggered something just now. But listen. Listen to the question. Listen to the question. What are the pros and cons of dating a married man, and how do you date a married man successfully? I'll start with you, Dominica.
There is no pros, and there's more cons. There's no successful way of dating them because they don't leave their wives.
Some do.
Some do, but what are you up against when they do that? Them doing the same thing to you? Because if they could do it to their wives and they come into marriage,
you might have that miracle
thing to me.
Well, you might have that miracle pom pom that may change.
I doubt mine's any different from anybody else. We do the same thing: clutch and squeeze. That's it. We all do. Come on, let's be real.
So there's no, in your opinion, there's no successful way to date a married man. In your opinion,
no, there isn't. Because my thought process is, if he cheats on his first wife and it ends in a divorce, and he comes and he married me, the person who he cheated with, that gives him more ammunition to go then do the same thing to me because I accepted it when he was married.
So there'll always be that insecurity, is what you're saying.
It'll always be something. Something will always be.
Someone said someone from Facebook said they with you. They said Dominique, I with you. They agreed. Cohen, what do you feel about that? Let me give the question one more time. The question. Here's the question, and I want you. Boy, you can't wait to get to Stanya because Stanya give me this look like. Here's the question. Here is the question. This happens every day in the Bahamas. Somewhere right in Inagua right now, because they only have like 2 people in Inagua. Someone sharing, one man or one woman right now. What are the pros and cons of dating a married man, and how do you date a married man successfully? Or in your case, Cohen, date a married man successfully.
See, I think it's a little different from man to woman, and it depends on what you mean by success. Like how people say everybody judges success differently. When you say success, you mean in a situation where y'all just having fun dating, or you're trying to become the number one person or the next wife or husband, because that makes a huge difference. You know what I mean? Because now, let's say, for instance, and this one reason why men usually get caught cheating more than women, just one, of course, right? Normally, if a guy, you have some guys said, don't follow that, but normally if a guy is a side nigga, he's not trying to take up the first spot, because that first spot comes with more responsibility
and more bills.
Yeah, so if you're the main guy, you're responsible for taking care, protecting, paying bills, all this other stuff. If you have kids involved, all this other thing. But if you're the side guy, you're just there for fun. You know what I mean? So you're not going to go to a man as a man and say, oh, well, you know, she been messing with. Most of the time, guys ain't gonna do that.
But yeah, I agree with that, Cohen. Y'all so salty. Y'all so flipping salty.
Boy,
I don't agree with that. Y'all is talking boy, side fella or not.
Some guys ain't. You know,
you saying side fellas they catch feelings quickly?
They catch feelings.
Yeah, some do. Honestly, some do. But I feel like majority of guys, they ain't gonna say that because
you know there's a side fella.
Yeah, so now like if I go and say something that messing up what I got, I ain't gotta pay your bills. I ain't gotta take you out on Valentine's Day and all these other stuff because you have something to be doing that with. Exactly. I ain't gotta go on trips with you for birthdays and stuff. I only there for sex. Why would I mess that up if that's the position I want?
And most likely you still got your other situation.
Yeah, you still have your own situation going on. But on the women's side, now some women don't care either. But I know more of them who actually they're trying. It may start off as just physical, but they're trying to get in a more spot. I want to be in her position.
I heard a colleague of mine said she haven't cheated on her married man in 2 years. What is that?
What do you mean she ain't cheat on a married?
I'm asking y'all. See, we have 3 beautiful ladies who are intelligent. That's why it's have them want. What is that? What does that mean?
I think,
I
yeah, I think part of being intelligent is putting away foolish stuff. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here in my 30s talking to someone about how to date a married man. A married man. I think when maybe in high school or your early 20s, this might have seemed logical, but like at this aspect in life, why are you even trying? Like, I can't give any advice to that. That's like me giving advice to how to get away with murder and assault. It happens every day. I'm not going to help you with it. That's just my aspect of it.
Well, all right.
Johnny, where you always getting these little side?
Because this is.
I mean, Dominica, you laughing, but I mean, like every week, just be visiting the same thing.
No. It happens. And
because I swear this topic came up before.
No, there wasn't this topic.
And we expressed that we cannot help you with this. This is something that we can't help you with.
You want to say this?
We can't help you with this. This is nothing that we even want to help anybody.
Okay. All right. Moving right along, since Stani want to answer this. I think I triggered some people on the panel, but moving right along. Is it a red flag? Listen carefully. Listen.
What this is now.
Is it a red flag when someone covers for a friend who's cheating? So, just saying, Dominica, let's go for Stanya, because Stanya give me that one short answer. Stanya, come and look up, girl. Your hair look nice, though. Your little short hair look nice. Stanya.
All you do is you packaging this thing in a different way, man.
No. Listen carefully. This is a different package.
These questions coming from his heart.
Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Just saying, you have a boyfriend. You have a young man, and his girlfriend called, and you sitting right next to him, and he lied for your boyfriend lies for his boy and say, yeah, man, Tommy right here. Tommy been on all last night. Knowing Tommy was with this other gal. Would you consider that a red flag if your boyfriend lying for his boy, knowing that his boy cheating? Would you consider that a character flaw, or would that be a red flag for you? If your boyfriend,
because the first thing I say, this first of all, the two of them tricky. Okay? The two of them tricky. I can't trust y'all. I mean, because look here, you're right. The two of y'all tricky. Birds of a feather flock together. Y'all know. And the ease and what you are you lying easy like that? No. The truth ain't in you, boo. No. Right. You're little tricky. You're big tricky.
So hold on. Okay, Shorty, what about you? Do you think that's a red flag if your significant other lying for a boy right next to you, knowing he boy was cutting someone else?
I just detest liars. I cannot. That's I cannot stand them. I can't stand them. And I think there's a difference between not outing your friend versus lying for them. Exactly. They two separate things. I don't know if we all can agree on that. Like, you don't have to lie for someone just to not out their secret. You know what I mean? So him sitting there and not telling the truth or speaking untruths, that'll put something in me. I don't even care what the situation is. He could say the sky is green. Just being a liar to me is a turn off.
Let me ask the ladies right now. Have you ever lied for your friend? Any of your female friends when their boyfriend may have called, or husband may have called? Have you guys ever lied for them?
No, I've never. I didn't have to.
Friends who do those kinds of stuff.
And that is
I don't even know what you're talking about,
Johnny. That is not to say they ain't teaching. If you listen to what I say, there's a difference between outing your friend and lying for your friend. Just because I don't lie for you, that don't mean you are the most innocent person and don't cheat. That just means that
they're cheating. You know they cheat, but you never was put in a predicament. You have to lie for them. Is what you're saying?
No, I ain't never put in a predicament where I have to lie for my child. No, I ain't lying for nobody.
Cool, y'all girl right now, y'all spungles, right? Her friend or her friend boy called and said, listen, where's Felicia? I see Felicia all night. Felicia said she was by y'all. Would you look at her? And she lied. She right next to you, she lied for a girl. Knowing Felicia was getting cut inside somewhere in Corner Motel, you know more Corner Motel, Orchard. My question to you is, would you look at her like, what is would that be like a deal breaker? Would that be like a red flag for you?
It would be a red flag. I'll talk to her about it. And I agree with Shawnee. with there's a difference between lying for your friend and not outing them. Because like, okay, for me, for instance, I've had times where one of my boys tried to call me and, set up something where he's trying to say, okay, if this happened, just say I was with you, and then I ain't that. Don't get me. I ain't that.
Don't get me in that.
Right? What if someone used you for alibi? Like one of your boys call, like you had nothing to do, but they call you. That's your boy. Call you and say, "Boy, yeah, man, Cohen could vouch for me."
See, the problem with that, when you're the trustworthy friend, all their girlfriends use you. They use you as a scapegoat a lot of times, right? So if I'm the trustworthy friend and I already say, "Man, I'm not covering for you. Whatever dirt you doing, that's on you." When they call me, I don't know where he was. He wasn't with me.
And I with you. Honest. Yeah.
That's right. Don't use me. Why you laughing, Shorty?
That is cold. But this is the thing. I don't want to be friends with nobody who don't know how to cheat. What you get me in for? Where is your cheating manual? So turn to chapter 1 and get this down. You don't need to call me. Or you are amateur. Don't call me nothing. What you calling me for?
So once they can cheat, they can be All right, let me segue into this because most of we either have cousins, nephews, or nieces, or we have our own children. And school open now. We are young men and women in school, and I want you all to be honest now. We're in 2022. We're more we evolving as people. We have we doing everything now. Men can have babies now. So
no, they cannot.
Hold on. Here's the question: how do you feel about kids calling adults by their first name as a parent, or even say someone, but as a parent, would you be cool with your kids calling you by your first name instead of mommy and daddy? Cohen, let me ask Cohen first. Let me ask the man on the panel.
That happening. Mommy,
they can't call you Cohen. Cohen. Listen, I need someone. They can't call you that.
No, that ain't happening. There has to be a separation, especially you have to keep like the respect level there, and it don't have to be out of fear, But don't call me by my first name. Me and you ain't friends. My job is to provide for you and protect you, and there's still certain morals in you. I ain't there to be a friend. Don't call me by my first name.
Let me ask Stanya because Stanya is more kind of liberal. Stanya.
Is a no for me. No. No. My kids no. And I mean I have an adult daughter. The closest I think they would say, they call me, instead of saying mommy, they would say mother. I mean they call me mother. It's like an inside joke, but my first name, no.
Whatever you feel about that.
And I don't even want their friends to even call me by my first name. My name is either Miss Davis or Miss Stanya.
So I don't
give a pump how old they are.
So you're a parent that would not be in a strip club with your daughter still, man. That's what you're saying. It happens. You might look at like that.
What's wrong with being in the strip club?
No, in the strip club with your child.
With your child, no. I wouldn't do that, no.
Even comfortable. I my bedroom with my daughter.
Shorty, you surprised me, Shorty. I know why you laughing like that. I know that telling me.
Remember that Club 601? I remember, okay, whenever we went there, and my dad, he would hang out in there. The minute he saw us, he used to be like, adios, I gone, bye. Children and daddy can't be in the same place, I gone. And that was it. He left, that's it. No, because there's a degree of respect that I feel like your children should have for you. And sometimes, I mean, yeah, there are times when they need you as a friend in a way, when they're sharing things, but there should be boundaries. I'm not comfortable doing that. No.
Dominica, what about you? They can't call you down?
I feel the same way. I'm from the old school. My daughter can't even call me Miss Thompson. So no, that wouldn't even happen.
That's how serious it is.
Yeah, it's that serious. When
I
her
know Sean.
friends come, they call me Miss Thompson.
I know Shawnee's 2022. I know Shawnee. What about you? That's
I,
son.
I just feel so bad that the new generation is get blamed for so much things. People been calling their mothers their first name for years. That
Where?
ain't nothing new.
Where?
What you
Where?
mean where?
Where?
What you mean where? I know a lot of people who's call their mother their first name. That's nothing new. That's nothing with the new generation.
What?
Now
Where?
in the new gen,
Which
what's
island
that?
it is? Which island it is?
Right in Nassau, who shoot up and kill up everybody. Yeah, they call the mother by the first name. There,
Hmm.
there.
All right.
Well, I
All
guess
right.
they
So that ain't
some
nothing new.
times then.
That's a different. That's different. I was being whilst we was talking, I was being he sent an message. They won this particular situation discussed by you guys. I was sent a message. They want feedback from the panel and probably from the wider public. Here it goes. Please remove my name. I want feedback, but I want to remain anonymous. I and my wife have been married for 15 years, but together for 20 years. I will be the first to admit I'm a very busy man. I run a business and that keeps me busy. My wife haven't worked for 10 years, so I'm the sole breadwinner in the house. So everything falls on my shoulders, and as a man, I have no issues providing for the family. And once again, just to be honest, so I can get the best feedback, my wife has mentioned to me before about me not spending much time with her and the kids. And I try my best to make my wife happy, and when I could, I tried to squeeze some time, free time in. So let me get to the reason why I wrote this note. My wife has a separate account which I deposit money in, but to deposit money on. Sorry, they writing really bad, and I try to decipher. Hold on, oh Jesus, they must have went to. Anyway, I ain't call no schools. Deposit money on for her. So she can have money to save, and she also has access to our joint account. My wife normally runs the money in our house. I give her all the checks and all the money she does all the deposits and withdrawal. Like I said, I have never really checked the bank accounts because my wife deal with the monies. Okay. This was an evening my wife was not home, and I dashed home because I couldn't find a key for the ice box in my shop. So I was looking all over for it so I was looking all over for it, and I noticed I placed my keys in the crazy places by mistake. To make a long story short, my Jesus, I discovered a print out of my wife's account, and I noticed that there was a lot of withdrawal over a 3-month period. So me being nosy, I asked my wife when she got home, when I got home later that night, and she had this shocked expression on her face. So I asked her what happened, and she just broke down and started to cry. I, so at this point, I was lost. Then she admitted, listen, we're closing now. Then she admitted to me that she was messing around with a man who was 11 years younger than she was. And to add insult to injury, she was paying him with the money.
She's paying him to do what?
To add insult to injury, she was paying him for the sexual services with the money I gave her. I was giving her, and she was doing this for over a 4-month span. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. So now I knew why every time I would ask her for sex, she would always say she was tired, she didn't feel well. She suggested we go to counseling, which we will start. But she's now in a twisted way blaming me for the infidelity. She said in a roundabout way that if I wasn't so busy all the time, she wouldn't have stepped out. So my question to the panel, my question I want to ask the panel is to So my question all is to all the married couples as well. How do you deal with this? I never knew stuff like this happen where a woman would pay a man with another man's money. So the question is, he's married to her. They was together for 20 years in total. He have a business. He wasn't spending as much time because he's working, and she never worked. He was giving her money. She would give allowance, and she had a one account, whatever. Apparently, and he found out that he was paying a young man. She was paying a young man for her sexual service for over 4 months with the money he was giving her. What is any suggestions or any help that any feedback you can help him with?
I need to know his number because if she paying for it, that mean it good. So send the connect.
Oh, Jesus.
Tanya, let me go to you first. What are your views on that? I mean, what feedback would you give him if he came to you for advice? Shake my head.
Shake your head. Shake your head. Oh God.
I mean, I don't even know where to start with this. I don't even. Johnny, where you get these questions from, man?
No, this is a real great in the Bahamas. Real question, real situation.
Okay, what it is? What the question is now? What it is?
The situation.
Like what? I don't know what does he want to know? He said it happened.
He wants to know how to deal. He want to know how to deal with this because in a roundabout way, to add insult to injury, she's kind of blaming him in a roundabout way by saying, pretty much just kind of happened because you're always busy. You're always busy working, and this is probably why this happened. But she also suggests that they go to counseling as well.
Well, she wanted to go to counseling afterwards, eh?
Yeah. After he found out. After
she get up.
Right after getting all this bunket. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That I don't have enough information because this sound like. And that woman ain't on that man run, man.
I'm serious. That's all it is.
He's on his run, man. She bored and she bored, man. She's bored. She is bored.
20 years is a long time.
Yeah, and then okay, is he? I mean, there's so many layers to this. Okay, one part of it is, and men, I'm not blaming either now, but sometimes I know. Okay, going back to the traditional sense of being this husband or whatever and providing, right? At the end of your life, you getting ready to go home wherever this piece go. Will you say, boy, I happy I make up all that money, boy, I happy I did work that extra time, boy? Or would you say, I happy I spend time with my family?
Well, at the end of the day, most people go spend time with the family, but realistically, I heard a lot of women also said. I heard a lot of women also said that a woman who's not comfortable financially will be a miserable woman. So that's why.
Hold on though, but she's bored. The woman don't work for starters. She don't work. She ain't got nothing to do. She ain't got nothing to do.
No, remember
She ain't got nothing to do. She ain't got nothing to do with the man money.
But he's giving all the money, you know.
And that's another thing.
Cohen started to shake his head when he heard that money part. He started to shake his head. I thought it was going to drop off. When you said the man is give the woman all the money.
How old this person is, Johnny?
Either I need a husband or I need a sweetie. I need one.
Boy, I want a husband. Boy, I want.
I need someone. She need to have a number.
You need a husband.
Mason is looking at he's like 46. Like they senior people. Like I mean, not senior, but huh? He's
how
like,
old is he?
I guess I don't know. He is 50.
That's not about right.
Anyhow, you know what? I have to go, guys. I have to go.
Yeah, I understand. Cohen.
Dominica, Johnny,
Bye.
y'all deal with Johnny with these people, yeah? Because I can't go watch TV. This crazy. No, I can't. I go it out. But it's crazy. I gone. I can see y'all later, man.
Thanks,
y'all
be safe. Be
Bye-bye.
safe.
Take care.
It's crazy.
Put it around for me. Thanks, eh? Cohen.
Bro.
There's a senior man who's hurting right now who needs some feedback.
Some. I mean, the feedback that I have, it can't help him now. To be honest, I would have told him from a long time. If your wife is not working, you have a business that you run yourself. You're the proprietor. If it's a situation where she's not going to work, pay her through your business account. So it'll come up like she's an employee, right? So in those type of situations, you could have like a track of everything that's going on, right? Outside of that, I mean, do they have kids?
I think he trusted her. Like some men do that. So I've known a few men.
The problem with it, I don't care if it's a man or a woman. Any adult that gets money that they don't have to be responsible for is like a kid that have a job at supervisor or something like that, and they don't have no bills. What they can do with that? She's a grown woman. She's not responsible for no bills. She doesn't have any hobbies. She doesn't have any aspirations besides getting some young pipe. That's not
almost sound like our politicians with a paycheck who traveling all around the world right now.
and then even if that's your wife, that's stupid because you won't even keep in track how much you make. You know what I mean? Like that in itself is dumb. Like he's not a smart businessman in the first place. If it wasn't his wife who took his money, he probably have an employee who taking his money. Like that makes no sense. How you can just be giving it? You don't know how much money you make. You don't know what your bank account look like. And on top of that, if you're going to have a joint account where she also has her own account, that joint account needs to have both of y'all signatures on it for anything to move off of that. Like you could trust someone while still having precautions in place. You know what I mean? Like
that makes sense.
He just was stupid, to be honest. I mean, unfortunately, he get with a woman who wasn't no good for him, I guess. Because I didn't even understand you caused this type of thing. No, you don't have to work, so which means he has to work. If he doesn't, then y'all don't have the house. Y'all don't have all these other free money that you get. You can't have both, but I don't know what to say. I wish him the best.
I think you could have both, though. I think you could have both. I think a man could work and still be a husband. I mean, he won't be super husband, but he would still not neglect you.
He ain't gonna much. I don't think he would have as much time as she may have wanted in any case. Because he's like the type of woman she is. You know what I mean? Some women would appreciate that, but she ain't one of them. And the most I can tell him is, he already caught her cheating. He have evidence of it. He can show where she taking money and giving it to this next person that she cheating with. Divorce this woman, please. Not gonna be just leave her. You have evidence of stuff. You know what I mean? It would have been a difference if he didn't have no evidence and then he just decided to divorce her. He would still have to provide her with the home and everything like that. He may still have to. I'd rather just get out of my system. I'm not going counseling. You had 4 months, you was getting young by break. And plus you think, what woman is give man money? I don't know, bro.
I mean, depending on how good it was, I mean, you have to pay the deal off. These are just the laws. These are just the laws of the law.
Maybe because I just ain't that trustworthy. I've been in a situation before where a girl was giving me money, right? Or offering to pay for certain stuff, and they found out weird. And I used to fix phones. So one time she left the phone by me. It automatically connects to the Wi-Fi, but she took a chip, right? You don't need your chip to access WhatsApp. They're on your phone. So once you move that to another phone, you can stay on that. All these different messages coming through, niggas them sending her money for her nails, for lunch, something with her car and all that. Then I was like, hold up. That's where you getting all the money from to give me. Bro, I good. You messing with a man with his money too? Niggas stupid. You know what I mean? So I don't want nothing to do with that. Like,
so you said once the money was coming from her account, you would keep on taking the money?
No, it was weird because it made me feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, for my birthday one time, she bought me like this chocolate mousse cake, couple bottles of Baileys, all these different presents. And it's like, bro, like, me and you've been talking for like 2-3 weeks. And we ain't talking being together. It was just a physical thing with like, I'm not taking no gift from you. I don't feel comfortable like that. It's almost like you love bombing me, trying to indirectly force me into something that we didn't even discuss. You know what I mean? So I didn't like that. That's just me though. I know some guys who may take it. But
what? I know some nights in the barbershop right now. I'll take that quick.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him. He's 50 and he had to realize the type of woman he married that far in because he's soon retire probably. Or I mean, now he can't because he don't even know if he have any money.
Dominique, how do you feel about that?
To be honest with you, my advice to him would be try and reinvent himself sexually. Because it sounds like she's bored. And the reason she stepped out was because she wasn't getting what she needed sexually from him.
Yeah.
So what he needs to do is be like my friend, buy some toys, and have fun with his wife, rather than letting somebody else.
So you said he should try to salvage their marriage?
Yes, I think so too, because it doesn't sound like this is a young marriage. It doesn't sound like they just got married.
20
it sounds
years.
like they got married for a while. So why? I personally would not throw away all of those years based on something that I, quick thinking, and the fact that he admit that he's been doing a lot of work. He hasn't had the time to spend with his wife. These are things she probably was accustomed to, and because she wasn't getting it from him, she stepped outside. There's nothing inside his write-up that indicates that she was in love with this boy. She just was paying him for sex. Her husband wasn't giving her the sex that she needed. So
basically,
go ahead. Go buy yourself some toys because you ain't doing something, and your wife need what she was paying for.
So essentially, in a roundabout way, it was his fault.
Yeah, it's his fault.
I was watching a documentary today, right? And this lady, she was like a prostitute in Atlantic City, and she was saying how like 60% of the men she saw were married, and the only reason they saw her was to have oral sex because their wife didn't do it anymore. Like what Dominica said, some people let their sex life go boring and go dead, and they need to revamp it because people they go on opposite ends because of that. That could be an important factor. Now, I don't think he caused it, but I think he could do things to bring it back together.
Okay, that's just okay. Young man, I would call on this one. She been stepping up for 4 months, and I don't think she would have stopped if he didn't accidentally run up enough people to find out. Sir, if you want to go to counseling, you can, and she don't sound remorseful either. According to some of the ladies on the panel, you caused this.
No.
Anyways,
Dominic said that he did. I said that he didn't, but he can help.
Happy at home, and if she's getting from her husband what she needs, trust me, 9 times out of 10, that woman is not going anywhere. She was not.
Could that same mindset be used for men when men cheat on their wives? Could it be that she's not doing something at home as well, or that only applies to women?
That's why I gave the example about the prostitute.
No, I get what I'm asking Dominica. You're right. I get what you're saying. I'm asking Dominica. She had this whole logic, this theory about why whatever. So I'm saying, could that be applied to men as well when they said, well,
in some instances, because in some instances, men they still have the whole package at home. They still getting whatever they want or need at home. They just greedy.
Anyways, moving right along to our next question. Because you then twist it and turn like a leaf in the wind right now.
In some instances.
All right, here's something that I posted on my page. If you want to know who rules your society, simply find out who you are not allowed to critique in your society. And a particular group that you can't say anything about, and everybody is scared to even. I mean, they critique every other community. They critique Christianity, Christians, heterosexuals, but if you mention this particular community, you get canceled. At least in the States. I know we ain't get there yet. Why are people so afraid to even say anything about that? The LGBTQ ABC community. Why is and let me go to my question. Here's the question. Okay, some people might be scared already. Why are people afraid to even have an opinion when it comes to the LGBTQ community? How have they become so powerful that people are scared to talk about them? And just because you were, and lastly, just because you don't agree with their lifestyle or certain opinions they have, does that mean that you hate them? Does that mean that you're homophobe or transphobe because you don't agree with them? Anyone?
I want to say I think social media have a lot to do with it, and I don't think they're the only group that people can't talk about. I think people are afraid of being canceled per se, but I don't know. I have an idea that this whole social media thing, like this is gonna be against the trend in the near future. Like I've met someone, a couple of people, they don't have any social media access, they don't have any social media profiles, they don't do Facebook, they don't do Instagram, they don't do whatever else, Twitter, whatever else. They don't do the internet except for Google and occasionally. These are the people who can say what they want to say because they don't have any fear. Their life is not attached to the internet and social media. And everybody else who have some attachment, they are going to hold their tongue because they don't want to lose their money. So people tend not to say certain things that are going to cause them to get attacked, especially because they're attached to the internet and social media, and it's an easy way to get to you. But if everybody leave it alone, people go back to saying what they want to say, how they want to say it, and when they want to say it.
Dominica?
I honestly don't know how to answer this question. I have no issues with those select people because I have a few family members that are in that grouping. My only issue with them is why are they pushing themselves on everybody? If you notice now, every movie have them in it. It's like we can't escape what their agenda is. That's the only thing I have an issue with. I can't turn the TV on without seeing somebody gay. But apart from that, that's all I could give in terms of an answer to your question.
Owen?
What? I mean, shoot, you're right though. It's mainly two groups of people you can't speak on that people have been canceled for having an opinion on. You know, I don't know. I don't understand exactly where the entitlement came from, to be honest. For me personally, I don't agree with the lifestyle, but I don't hate anyone for it. Where I had issues with, I guess, a portion of that community. I don't know if it's like that in the States. I mean, only can talk about here, right? You have some gay guys here in Nassau who literally target straight guys. And I know that sounds weird. It's like, oh, well, how you can target them if you really don't like mine? They find ways to, let's say a female friend is close with them, right? They'll find ways to get the female friend to get you out so they can mess with you, right? And it's almost like an ego trip thing where it's like, oh, I can turn a straight guy. You never should like mine before me or something like that. And even when you try to be cordial, like I've had a I won't call a name, right? Where me and someone was kind of cool. We met at a presentation I did years back and found out that they sing, right? So me being a singer as well, it was like, okay, whenever you're a band having something, because it was a bunch of people, I would come out and support.
Right.
And got busy. I didn't get a chance to go. Everyone added me on Facebook. And then this particular person hit me up. I was like, hey, we didn't see you out. I was like, man, I had to work. Sorry about that or whatever. And he actually came off like he was angry. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, why you won't come next time? I better see you. And it's like, hold on now. That's a little weird, right? Because I ain't used to straight guys don't talk to each other like that. I knew you were gay, but I wasn't trying to let that cloud where we have some type of hobby in common, which is singing, right? So after that, of course, I ain't going for sure this time. And this nigga like literally tried to put me on blast for it in a sense of telling other people some made up stuff with me or whatever. And of course, I get all the receipts and stuff.
Listen,
it wasn't a situation where they posted it online or anything like that.
Oh,
but
okay.
It was like almost a situation where he started asking about me to other people. And you know, in our community, Once a gay guy start asking with you, people automatically start assuming shit. And I was like, bro, I never gave you no impression. I was like that. Y'all always complaining about people not accepting you or people not being like having a phobia towards you and stuff like that. And when I try to be cool and let you know I ain't like that, you still try to cross them boundaries, right? All right, don't talk to me. I want nothing to do with you. I don't care if you get mad. I don't care if you call me transphobic, gay, whatever it is, homophobic, whatever. I don't care because at the end of the day, when I try to be cordial, you overstep boundaries. You know what I mean? So a lot of them. Now you have one or two that I know. I think they like mine, but they never came on to me. So it's like, right, ain't no problem, right? But you have a lot of them that try to, even though you tell them you don't like mine, they'll still try you. You know, I don't appreciate stuff like that.
So, and this is the last question on this topic. Do you feel a trans woman should tell a straight guy? Well, they consider themselves women anyway. They don't. Most trans in the States, trans women they consider themselves women anyway. They want to do away with the trans. So my question is, should a trans woman tell a straight guy that they transitioning, or should that be something kept in the closet?
But you better say something. You better say something. I don't even know where they get off thinking they women. You don't have a menstrual cycle. You can't give birth. None of that stuff. I don't care how much you change your body. You just had surgery. You are still whatever you were born as. Like these people mentally ill, bro. Like something really wrong with them.
They're saying that men. I'm sure you saw the campaign where men can help periods now.
Say what?
Like they say, that's beet juice. That ain't no. That's what that is, because they are a bunch of hell.
So you all feel that men can have babies?
I think that is a.
But you saw the campaign. You saw the campaign, and my last point when it's in the Senate or in the States, where they had a meeting in the House, where they asked the doctor, can men have babies? And he didn't want to answer the question. They keep on pressing him, and he said he didn't want to answer the question. I guess, or the fear of being canceled. So my question is, can men have babies?
I don't think it's fear of being canceled. I think it's something that they're currently working on. They just don't ain't ready for us to know yet.
Bro, men can't have babies. Them people crazy. They have mental problems.
Watch Facebook come and put you in.
Yeah. Bro, I will never. Being gay is one thing. That means you just sexually attracted to the same gender that you are, right? You think you are something you are not. You don't have the private parts for it. Your chromosomes down to your bones do not say that. If you die thousands of years later and they still find your bones, they will only be able to tell if you're a male or female depending on your bones, not what you think in your head. You know what I mean? Like, these people sick. They are sick for it.
Well, if you was in the States right now, they'd cancel you right now.
Yeah, right. And I would still not talk. I would still talk. Like, I can't stand it because, and then, you know what makes me more mad about it? Which group do you think is actually supporting them for the most part?
Women.
Right? And that's my problem. I know some women
love them.
I know some women may not like this.
And that's the woman's enemy.
Because soon you will not have women's sports at all. But women supporting them, right? Especially in the Black community. Like I said, I don't have no problem with let's say a man attracts another man. But when you have the flamboyant ones, they are
saucy man. That's saucy man. Whatever that boy is, whatever that is.
You sure follow.
They are literally
you sure follow.
They're making a mockery of Black women. Think about the flamboyant sissies that y'all know. Think about the flamboyant gays that y'all know, right? Their mannerisms. Men don't walk like women naturally. Our spines are not exactly the same. You have to practice walking like that. The way they talk, the way they move their hands, gestures, everything that they do is mocking Black women. They don't mock
Asian women. They don't mock white women. It's black women that they're mocking, right? And now it's like black women will be complaining about, oh, they ain't no good man left. Either they married, they gay, or they in jail. But then you use the same gay word to insult a straight man. But then you support gay men who mocking you. Like, I hate that so much because women can't see how this hurting them.
I don't feel mocked.
You cannot feel mocked, but that don't mean that it ain't happening. You know what I mean? Like,
and I understand, and I don't see that perspective either. I don't.
Okay. But that's why I asked, which group of women you think they copying, or where they get their mannerisms from?
I don't really. I don't know. I don't really. Like, you see how you can study and break down. I don't really study it that much to even break it down the way that you do. But I can tell you right now, like, if somebody passed me right now and you say, "Oh, Shawnee, you see how she threatened you?" No, I didn't. I didn't watch it. Now she could have do something to threaten me, but I ain't watch her. I ain't see it.
That's okay. I can't help but see because it bothers me. To be me personally, it could be something with me. I don't like to see feminine men, right? If you like man, you just attract the other man. That's fine. But when you start to act like a woman, that's where it's like I don't like seeing that. You know what I mean? So that
what do you do when you see it? Because it's very abundant. I went home. I visited home last month. No, in August. It's extremely abundant. So, do you stay inside your house? I mean, what are you doing? Because if you're in Nassau, honey, it's all over the place.
Yeah, it is all over. But I wouldn't hang out or be around that. Like, I'll see it and it's like, I really don't like that. It's more like that versus me approaching them. It's like, oh, I ain't telling you to change nothing. I just ain't associating myself with no men who act like women. You know, that's me. I ain't doing that. So
my last question is, do you think they are oppressed in the Bahamas?
Not at all.
Yeah, now? No, hell no. Bro,
no.
These men, they don't give a shit. I told one of my friends, right? There used to be a spot downtown where people used to hang out on the weekend, the pub. The pub used to be a spot on the weekend. The last time I'd been in there, late last year was one of the last times I've been in Zion. The amount of, bro, I didn't know. I only stopped there to get something to eat. When I could feel it, bro. So I had a situation where one of my boys was supposed to go there because a girl wanted to meet up with him. And when he said, okay, I can give him a ride there, I was like, hold on, where you going? He said, the pub. I say, babe, that's a gay spot now. He said, oh, I remember seeing okay. I say, babe, that is a gay spot. I'm not coming in there with you. Fine. I drop him there. And he keeps saying, man, we only can be here for a couple minutes. I'm going to check the girl or whatever. I say, okay. The security who usually is at the door, he didn't even sit at the door. When he saw us come close to the door, he came there, checked, and then he walked away. The minute we walked inside, he made a beeline to the right. When I stepped inside, you had niggas in makeup. You had niggas with weave on. You had niggas with their shirt all the way down to their belly button. When I say pants so tight and nails, that I turned straight back around and went outside. So he's trying to figure out, oh, where you going? Because he had to call me. I say, babe, I am not coming in there, dog. Like, I don't know how you didn't notice it. When I said it, they said, yeah, I didn't realize there's going to be this much people inside there like this. I said, but I told you this was a gay sport. This is not, I don't want to be associated with here. Ain't nobody can say, oh, I saw Cohen hanging out by the bar. No, bro, I going home. He had to find a ride. If the girl wasn't driving, he was going to walk home. No, you're not going to use that. And then they try to destroy your character by that too. If someone saw me there, it only took one person to take a picture and post it online and say, oh, well, Cohen is being hanging out with gay people. Then automatically my reputation messed up. I'm good. Boy, you sound like you know the pub. You've been to the pub before.
That's right. I don't know the name of it, but I went to Nassau because people always ask me, when I live in the States, Nassau, people say, oh, how you can live over the States like that and it like this and it like that. But honey, Nassau and the States is the same place. The same place. Okay? Yeah. Only thing, Nassau smaller, and that helped someone to realize it. Like, I don't understand why people don't understand how I could live in the States when they live in the same thing, or just on a smaller scale. And I don't have no issues with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in a different element in my life where I'm following my own situation. I got a lot going on with myself. So if somebody doesn't harm me or mean me any imminent harm.
Hold on. See,
Uh-huh.
I hear you what you're saying, but in every facet, they are I don't know when last look at Netflix or even cartoons now. They are indoctrinating the kindergarten. So you might say, you might think, you might be saying, no. Mm-hmm.
What Dominique had said before, and I'm being fair, okay? Because this is it. Take your emotion out of it. Take your feelings out of it. Put your feelings on the side of the table.
Okay.
Dominique has said every show they are forcing it on us. They are putting it in every show. So is heterosexuality. And I'm only saying that because prior to saying they are putting it in the show, she mentioned that she has no issues with it because she has family members. So we have to understand two things. If you don't have an issue with something,
here's been my issue is dealing with putting that on kids, not allowing kids to be kids.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
To the point where we had a whole scandal where the young man, and we're closing out right now, where we had the young man who went to school dressed as a and that created a stir. And that's the first, to me, that's the infancy stages where they open the crack of the door to start to
infiltrate.
A male dressed like a girl. What I'm saying is
female. Yes, she was in her uniform, but she carries herself male.
No, I know it was. I heard it was.
It's two different things, Tommy. Good. I didn't see the one what he talking about either, but it's two different things.
Yeah, it was a young man. But what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, that's the only issue I have when they're trying to affect the little kids and indoctrinating the little kids in kindergarten. Because back in the day, we was dealing with Scooby-Doo and Inspector Gadgets. They wasn't dealing with Scooby-Doo was dealing with ghosts. But now you got they pushed it on you now. They made it to the point that now they pushing this thing about my 8-year-old identify as a girl, and as a good parent, I'm gonna let her or let whoever identify as this opposite sex, and I'm gonna support my child in this decision. And the parents who saying hell no, I'm the parent. They will look at that parent and say, "Oh, you are oppressing this young child."
It don't matter how they look at you. It only matters what you do with your child. Because I could say for my child, he experiences things like that with other children in this, in his school. And the only thing that matters is what I teach my child, how I raise my child. I can't control all of the children in the world, and I definitely can't control their parents.
Ridicule a parent like you.
They won't. I don't speak to them. They can't. It doesn't matter what they do. I don't speak to them. I don't speak to them. I don't connect to nobody. That's it.
Oh, okay.
So you training your child to live a certain way, and your child being around other kids that their parents have more free will and allowing them to do things as they wish. You don't think that's gonna rub off on your son or your daughter?
No, the reason I don't think so is because I'm the parent that allows my child to have his own free will. It's the same thing when people talk about physical abuse with children. I don't have to beat my child to be polite. I don't have to beat him to do his stuff. I don't have to beat him to do the right thing. So I don't have to tie him up for him to be a straight guy. He's a straight guy.
What you saying?
He likes women.
I hear what you're saying, but peer pressure is real, and you don't feel like peer pressure is real. You probably
peer pressure is real. So don't the parent talk to the child about peer pressure, or who shouldn't that be a parenting?
I agree. The point I'm making is my last point on this. The point I'm making is this: a child spends about 8 hours or 6 hours in school. You're not there, and they're surrounded by their colleagues or their friends who could influence them.
So why don't the gay children get influenced to be straight? They're surrounded by a lot of straight people.
Because society is pushing this particular agenda.
But you're saying my child goes to school. and he goes to school around gay people. So on lunchtime, maybe he may turn gay. That's a
Not no one saying that.
No.
But no, what we're saying is
Yes.
it can be influenced because he's around that type of
I'm
people.
saying I just talking in general. I said that I'm saying peer pressure is real. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't talking about turning gay.
And peer pressure can go both ways, right?
Listen, if he's in the minority and you have more persons, we was in school before. We did certain things that with our parents we know was wrong, but we did it because we wanted to fit in or whatever. It happens, is what I'm saying.
I understand you. And I have a friend, he is 60 something, and he was telling me one time in Nassau he went to a party, and he said to me, Shawnee, when I went to that party on such and such street, he said the first man who opened the door had on makeup and dress. See, what y'all don't understand is this was happening from grandpa them days. This is nothing new.
They're just being flamboyant now about it.
This is nothing new. People just are not living a double life anymore.
Yeah, I think the gray area comes in like you always mentioning with peer pressure and stuff like that, right? There are things that you could tell your child, yeah, this is wrong morally, or this is wrong for whatever reason. It's almost like you can't say the way they're living, or you can't say, I don't want my child to be around because it's wrong. It's like how I can put it, you get chastised, or it's a problem if you actually don't agree with it. Like they want it to be just, the same way how you have a mom and mom or whatever is natural and ain't nothing wrong with it. Versus if you tell your son that, right, or anybody, tell the child, babe, two women can't have no kid, 2 men can't have no kid, that is wrong. He goes to school and says that, they'll call you in, and that'll be a problem. Like that's my issue with it. I agree with what Shawnee's saying, you know. But I feel like that gray area where it's like you have to look at it as something right or natural. I don't feel like that's natural. Like I know it may sound bad, and I don't have all the facts on it, obviously. But I honestly think it's some type of disorder, like mental disorder, especially with people with you could be a female or male, you could be, and all this they them pronoun. I feel like something is mentally wrong with these people, but they're making it where you cannot say that. If you say it, then you're discriminating. That's my problem with it. You know
what I mean? Do you have children?
Not yet.
Do you plan on having children?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I plan on stopping. And all I want to tell you is good luck. I already had my one. Good luck to whoever have it anymore, because the world, and I'm telling you this like this, the world is so different, and it's moving 100 miles an hour.
Yeah,
whoever got children, they got another thing up their sleeve.
Like how you say in the States. Like how you say in the States, let's say I have a daughter and she goes to school, get close with these other kids. Daddy could go to the sleepover. Oh well, I'm mine. Let me see who the parents are. 2 women show up to my door. Oh, so this year, mom and aunt. No, these are my 2 mothers. Like I have to find a way to tell my daughter, listen, this ain't normal. But now kids don't have no tact. A lot of times they can say whatever comes to their mind, depending on how old they are. And you can imagine, or she hanging out with them, and or my daddy saying 2 women can't have kids. And it's like, oh my Jesus, like stuff like that I don't want to deal with.
Yeah. It is awkward. When I moved to the States, my son, we was in the makeup shop, and I had to step on his foot a couple of times because he would say, why that boy wearing makeup out loud in the makeup shop, you know? And I would just duck down. I would be like, oh, Jesus. And he said, Mommy, why are you bathing suit? You know, woman bathing suit. And I got to be like, you know, but the thing about it is, you know your child, right? From the day they were born. So that's your advantage. We have that connection. My son is going to be 12 soon. We have that connection for almost 12 years. So you know how your mother raised you. It's certain, and that's the thing about it. Only you can be the parent.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't care what anybody do in their house. I am in charge of my child in terms of the parenting, and he can do anything when he turns 18. You know.
But what when anything he wants to do? No, you might teach your child the right thing. A man, a woman, men and women having children, whatever. But if he espouse those same beliefs that you might be teaching the right way in school, like Conan was saying, he could get ridiculed, or they might bully him for saying the right thing. Now he ain't do nothing wrong, but they
Listen
can
to
do
me.
it.
Let me tell you how this is why I told Dominica my child is very free. He's the one you got to be worried about because he's very free thinking. Because someone said to him, "Don't be friends with so and so because he's bisexual." And
No,
my
no, you
son
missed
said
but
he
hold on,
could
you
be
missed the
friends with it.
point.
He said I could be friends with anybody that
You
don't
missed
mean
the
that's
point.
the way they
I
think.
agree. What I'm saying is, you teach
He
him.
doesn't think in a hateful way. Y'all don't
No,
understand
he ain't nothing hateful. No.
the
Listen to what I'm
children
saying.
these days. The children
No,
these
it's not.
days,
Hold on. Listen to what I'm
they
saying.
have their own way of thinking, and they actually
Hold
see it as
on.
normal.
You're missing the point. I didn't say it's hateful. Churn talk, like Cohen said, churn tend to just be honest. They ain't say, Mommy said a boy and a woman and a man,
Mm-hmm.
they only can have kids. I mean, have children. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do it in a hate. He did it innocently because that's what Mommy teach him.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're sitting down at the lunch table and they talking, well, I have two mummies or I have two daddies. What Mommy say? A man and a woman, whatever, innocently.
But that's why I asked Cohen if he wants to have children, because you're gonna have to sit to that kitchen table. You're
See?
gonna have to sit to that kitchen table and explain a lot of things before it happens. Posse and mommy together, that you should have already talked about it before she gone out and see.
Yeah, my issue can be I have a strong sense of right and wrong. I had to grow out of that because everything ain't black and white. That used to get me
Everything
in
is not.
problems. I used to get in I never used to get in problems for like fighting or anything like that in school, I used to get in problems for someone being treated unfairly. Like, let's say the teacher decide, hey, well, he have his phone, you have detention. And then one of my boys, his mommy was the principal. What they used to do is take him and call his mommy. It's like, no. That don't make no sense. Why you have to call his mommy? You can call her up here for him to resent you and his mother for him doing the same thing that you just gave someone attention for. Why you want to embarrass him too?
Mm-hmm.
I see problems with stuff like that. I am very opinionated when it comes to things I feel is right and wrong. I feel a child can have the same thing, so I know I can have to go up to the school a bunch of times for stupidness like that. I'm very sure with that. So when it comes to the two dads, two moms, stuff like that,
You better move to the States, buddy. Do move to the States. Do move to the States.
No,
you worry about the States. You just have that in Nassau.
You know, have that in Nassau. We have a president of an LGBTQ trans community right here, and they starting to get traction.
That's why I don't understand when people be talking about the States. What you worry about the States for? You living in the States right now. You just on an island.
And then see the bad part about it is too, a lot of guys who straight getting into that alternative life because of money. A lot of gay guys have money. So they just getting money and they getting quick money, and that's how they getting introduced to a lot of lifestyle too.
That's gay. You're in a straight guy no more.
Let me help you all out.
You're no longer straight if you're no longer straight.
They straight.
That's no longer straight. If you get pile driving, you're no longer straight.
No, I'm just saying that's how a lot of them get introduced to it. And then they stay like that because now if you think about it, if I just like flashy stuff, a lot of people like flashy stuff, right? Now you have someone who's willing to give you that nice car, this and that or whatever, but now you have to do stuff for this guy, right? If you end up doing that and I get found out, women are not going to be interested in the guy who used to be gay.
No,
that just ain't gonna happen in most cases. So now you won't have no women who are interested in you. So what you can end up doing, you can stay on that side, and what you can do. You know what I mean? So it's, but
anyways,
don't kill yourself worrying about other people's life. That's all.
No, I ain't worrying about it, but I just worrying about how the world can be for my child. You know what I mean?
That's why I tell you, good luck. Whoever ain't have their child yet, God be with you.
We're a solution-oriented podcast, and so to me, the solution to that is teach what the Bible says. Train up a child in the way they should, and hopefully, when they get old, they shouldn't depart from it. So all you could do is, like Shawnee say, train your children in the home, and hopefully, they don't depart from your teachings because the world is right is right is wrong now, and wrong is right. And with that being said, Dominica, thank you for giving me some of your time. Mr. Talman, I can give you some clients. Thank you for.
I need something, Tile.
No, I only taking up the tile. So I'm in tile.
All right, I see.
Right now.
All right. Cohen, thank you again for some time. I know he's be busy,
No,
man.
no
And
problem.
Shawnee, thank you for. I know what time is it now? It's 8. It's what 8 o'clock now.
8 o'clock by me, yeah.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. Thank you. I appreciate the time. I wonder how much hate mail I can get now because we talked about the LGBTQT community.
And before you go, I wanted to say this is how things get sorted out. You have to have a discussion. And I think it's
agree.
important for people to say exactly what is on their mind. You have people who hate it, people who are uncomfortable. Let them say it. Let them say it because I'm not a person. I'm moving from an element of, hey, I can't control anybody. And I'm not spending the night. You see, I have one child. And if he want pile driving someone pile driving him, I go into sleep. I go into sleep. I go in to watch Netflix, regardless of movie or Netflix. I just want 2 grandchildren. I want 2 grandchildren. You hear me? And that's me. I'm not spending a second up worrying about who doing what. I have a show on Netflix coming on and I'm going to watch it because you can drive yourself crazy, right? But this is the thing. This is the thing. This whole game plan in life is for all of us who are different. We don't have to accept each other and agree with everything, but we have to learn how to cohabitate. That's
I
it.
agree.
That's it.
But you
So
shouldn't.
the hatred thing, it's useless. It's useless.
But I do agree that we should communicate. We shouldn't shut down communication because when you do discuss that particular community, you try to shut down your speech by calling you homophobe, transphobe, or as hate speech. So that ends the discussion before it even starts. So I agree with Shawnee.
Communication needs to open up on both ends. Communication needs to open up on both ends. Yeah.
And with that being said, again, go look for some food. You guys, hey, Cohen, it'll be okay, Cohen.
Man, she called when she said pile drive, whoever.
I get that word from you.
All my ass do like this.
Because Cohen, I have a friend, and he was in that lifestyle. And when I saw the guys, who I would have liked, I went home. I said, Jesus, I don't know who's straight or who. And I said to myself, baby girl, go watch one show. Netflix wasn't popping, and I said, go watch TV, honey. You can't worry about nobody. You got your own to worry about. You need to just go sleep and lay down. You be worrying all night. So go sleep and lay down.
Cohen might be going to the pub this weekend. You never know.
But
I had a great time. And no man hit on me, and no man assaulted me. No man tastes. I was in my glory.
I going to drive past there, buddy.
I loved it.
Good night,
have a nice
everybody.
night. Nice weekend.
Good night.
All right.